Okay, let's come into mountain pose, feet together. Make sure your knees are over your ankles, hips are over your knees. Roll your shoulders back and down. Slightly tuck your chin in. You want to feel like there's a string being pulled through the top of your head, so you're standing up really tall. Mountain pose is really important. We're grounding ourselves. So just take a moment to get into your body. Rock your weight forward and back, left and right. You want to evenly distribute the weight in the feet. So stand up really tall. You want to feel like there's a string being pulled through the top of your head. And then we're going to start focusing on our breath. So just take a moment, bring your attention to your breath. Just notice the quality of your breath. Is your breath shallow? Are you not able to take deep breaths? And I want you to take a yogic breath, so you can put one hand on your belly if you'd like. You inhale, push your belly out. Exhale, push your belly in. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to center. And from here, we're going to do some hip rolls. So bring your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. And your hands are on your hips. We're going to come forward and then come over to the left, to the back, to the right, down. Do that 2 more times. And then let's switch sides. Just take your time. We're warming up the spine. And then come back to center, come back to mountain pose, feet together. Coming into Tadasana. Okay, from here, let's come into half moon pose on the right. So inhale, reach up really tall. Exhale, come down, come over to the right. So feel the stretch all down the left side. Back to center, big circle with the arms. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale, reach up really tall. Come down to your heels, come over to the left. Come back to center, big circle with the arms. Let's do a forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, come down on your heels. Exhale, bending at the hips, come forward. Slowly roll to the top. Your head's going to come up last. Come back to Tadasana. Okay, from here, let's do 3 neck rolls to the left. So bring your chin down, over to the left, to the back, to the right. So just take your time. Come back to the center, then switch sides, bring your chin to your chest. Free to the right, just take your time. Then come back to Tadasana. Okay, and then let's do 5 shoulder rolls to the front. And then 5 to the back. Come back to Tadasana. Then let's come and do Garudasana on the right, eagle pose. So right arm up, bring a left arm under, find a point in front of you to help you balance. This is a balancing posture. Then bring your right foot over. You can stay here in a curtsy, or if you need to bring your foot to the floor, you can. Use it as a kickstand. Just use your eyes to help you balance. This is your drishti, your eye gaze. Release that, shake that out if you need to. Let's do that on the other side. So bring the left arm up, find that point in front of you to help you balance. Bring the right arm under, and then bring that left foot over. Release that, shake that out if you need to. Okay, let's come into our extended side angle pose. So right foot comes forward, the left foot comes to an angle. Our heel is lined up with the middle of the left foot. Make sure the knee stays over the ankle. Your forearm comes to your thigh. Inhale, bring your arm up and over your head. Your palm of your left hand is facing down. You're facing down to the mat. And you're angling your tailbone down. You're lengthening the left side of your body. Opening that left shoulder up. Try not to let your left shoulder cave in like this. Start to deepen your breath. Bring the left arm down, bring that left foot forward. Shake that out. Let's do that on the other side. So your left foot comes forward, your right foot comes back at an angle. Your heel is lined up with the middle of your right foot. Make sure your knee stays over your ankle. Bring your forearm to your left thigh. Inhale, bring your arm up over your head so your palm is facing the mat. That right palm is facing the mat. Really lengthen through that right side. Open up through that shoulder. And then bring that right arm down. Shake that out if you need to. Let's come into another half forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale. Reach up tall. Exhale, come forward, bending at the hips. Let the head go, let the neck go. And slowly roll to the top. Your head's going to come up last. Come back to Tadasana. Really want to feel the expansion across your chest. Really tuck that chin in. I'm going to stand up really tall. Okay, let's come into triangle pose. Left foot forward, your right foot comes back. Our heels are lined up this time. Our right foot is straight. Straighten that left leg. Inhale. Exhale, come down. So you can stay here or you can go to your ankle or the mat, and then just make sure your arms are stacked on top of each other. You can look up towards that right hand or you can look down at the mat. Just make sure you're breathing. Bend that left leg and then come forward. Shake that out if you need to. Let's do that on the other side. So your right leg is going to come forward. The left leg is going to come back. Your heels are going to line up. Bring your arms to a T. Inhale. Come over to the left. Exhale, come down. You can stay here, or you can come to your ankle or down to the mat. Look up towards that left hand. Make sure your arms are stacked on top of each other. And you can keep your head looking up towards that hand or look down towards the mat. Then bring that left arm down, bend that right knee, come forward, shake that out if you need to, and then come back to mountain pose. So feet together, stand up really tall. Roll your shoulders back and down. Standing in Tadasana. Really tuck that chin in. Okay, from here, let's go to warrior one. So right foot comes forward, your left foot comes back. Your heel is lined up with the middle of the left foot. Make sure your knee stays over your ankle, and then square your hips to the front of the room, and then bring your arms up. Come into your lunge. Make sure you're activating those yogic breaths. So you want to inhale, push your belly out, exhale, push your belly in. Then bring your arms down, bring your left foot forward, shake that out if you need to. Let's do that on the other side. So left foot comes forward, your right foot comes back. So your heel is lined up with the middle of your right foot. And then square your hips to the front of the room. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, come into your lunge. And then bring your arms down, bring that right foot forward. Shake that out if you need to. And then come back to Tadasana. We're going to come into Uttanasana, our half forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Bending at the hips. See with every exhale if you can get deeper into the posture. And slowly roll to the top. Your head's gonna come up last. Coming back to Tadasana. Okay, let's come into half moon pose on the right. So inhale, reach up really tall. Exhale, come down on your heels, come over to the right side. And then come back to center, big circle with the arms. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale, reach up really tall. Exhale, come over to the left. And then come back to center, big circle with the arms. Let's come into Prasarita. So our feet are wider than hip width apart. And then where our feet are going to be facing in slightly, hands on the hips. So you can stay here and come into your forward fold, or you can clasp your hands behind you. So inhale, and then exhale, leading with the chest, come forward. And then let those arms fall forward. And then bring your hands to your low back, and then coming up, leading with the chest, just come up slowly, and then slowly come back to Tadasana. Stand up really tall, feet together. Okay, from here we're going to come into bumblebee pose. This is one of our balancing postures. So find a point on the mat to help you balance. We'll start with the right foot. So bring all of your weight into the right foot. You can hover your weight into that right foot. Just see what that feels like. Your arms are going to stay parallel. And then slowly start to lift that foot up. Make sure you continue breathing. Slowly come back to Tadasana. Feet together, center yourself. Stand up really tall. Okay, we're going going to do that on the other side. So find a point on the mat to help you balance. And then start to put all that weight in that left foot. And then slowly start to hover that foot up. And then slowly come back to the top. Come back to Tadasana. Okay, we're going to come into reverse warrior. So we'll bring our left foot forward. Our right foot comes back at an angle. Our heel is lined up with the middle of the right foot. And you're going to bring your right arm behind you like this. Or maybe it's right over here, doesn't matter. Heels lined up with the middle of the right foot. And we're going to bring the left arm up and come into our back bend. This is reverse warrior. And then bring the arm down and come back to Tadasana. Shake that out if you need to. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So right foot comes forward, our left foot comes back, our heel is lined up with the middle of the left foot. Bring your left arm behind you, and then inhale, look up towards that right hand, coming into our back bend. And let's release that, come down. Bring that left foot forward, come back to Tadasana. Shake that out if you need to. Let's come into Uttanasana, our half forward fold. Inhale, come down your heels. Exhale, come forward, bending at the hips. And then from here, let's walk back onto all fours and then push back into child's pose. And then let's come onto all four, and let's come into cat-cow. So we're gonna inhale, look up, exhale, chin and chest. Inhale, look up, exhale, chin to chest. Keep going. Age is based off of the flexibility of your spine. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. And then push back into child's pose. Okay, and then let's come into a seated position. Okay, come into easy pose, and we're going to do our 4-count breath. So you can close your eyes if you'd like. So you're gonna inhale to the count of 4, hold your breath to the count of 4, and exhale to the count of 4. When we inhale, we're doing those yogic breaths. So inhale, push the belly out, hold to the count of 4, exhale, push the belly in, hold to a count of 4. So we'll do it together for the first one, and we'll do 4 rounds. So go ahead and start. Inhale, hold, exhale. So do that 3 more times. you're finished, just let your breath come back into its natural rhythm. And gently open your eyes. And then from here, let's come onto all fours again. And then we're going to come into threading the needle. So bring the right arm through, stretching the shoulder. And then come up onto all fours. Let's do that on the other side. Bring the left arm through. And then let's come back onto all fours. And then from here, let's come into plank pose. So feet together, keep your butt low. Make sure your shoulders are over your wrists. Zip your navel up to your spine. If you do this, you'll never have to do a sit-up again. And then chaturanga, let's come halfway down. Come all the way down. And then from here, let's bring our arms to a T and bring our head over to the left. So we're gonna do a shoulder opener on the left side. So actually we'll start on the right. So you'll come over onto your right shoulder and your legs can stack on top of each other like this, or you can be like this, whatever is more comfortable. And you can keep your arm here, or you can bring your arm in a little bit more. You just want to feel the stretch in your right shoulder. And then let's switch sides. Come back down onto your chest and then roll over onto the left side. Feel the stretch in the left shoulder. then roll back down onto your chest and bring your arms by your side and bring your head to the left. And then bring your chin to the center. We're going to come into locust pose. So you're going to inhale, bring your shoulders up off the mat. Exhale, take a couple of breaths here. We're strengthening that low back. And then come down, bring your head to the right. And then bring your chin to the center. Let's do that again, but this time we'll bring our shoulders and our feet off the mat. So inhale, bring your shoulders up, bring your feet up, exhale. Take a couple breaths here. And then bring your feet down, bring your head down to the left side. And then let's do that again. Bring our head to the center. This time we're going to bring our shoulders off the mat, our feet off the mat, and our hands off the mat. So inhale, lift up, exhale. And come down, bring your right side of your head to your mat. Then come onto all fours, and then let's push back into child's pose. onto all fours and come into a seated position and roll onto your back. Coming into Shavasana. Palms face up. Let your feet fall to each side and take up as much space on your mat here as you'd like. And then take 5 yogic breaths on your own. Inhale, push your belly out. Exhale, push your belly in. Notice your mind has started to wander. Just gently come back to your breath. Your mind has become caught up in thought. Just make a note, thinking, and gently come back to focusing on your breath. Gently start to wiggle your fingers and toes. And then bring your arm up over your head and roll over onto your side. And then come up into a seated position. Eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart. We'll chant one Sat Nam. So inhale. Sat Nam.